If you've been scrolling through endless rows of party lights, comparing specs, watching unboxing videos, and still feel that knot in your stomach because you can't tell which pack actually gives you the most bang for your buck, this review is here to clear that up. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've spent the last few weeks setting up a backyard birthday bash, a small club gig, and even a pop-up art installation just to see how the Ape Labs Can 2 Plus Roadpack performs in the real world, and I'm going to walk you through what I found. First off, the biggest hesitation most buyers have with a 12-unit LED pack is the fear of overpaying for features they'll never use. The Can 2 Plus is marketed as a smart light with one-button shows, app-based DMX control, and a waterproof body. That sounds impressive, but if you're only lighting a living room dance floor, you might wonder whether you're buying a professional-grade system you'll never fully exploit. The other side of that coin is the risk of buying cheap, single-color floodlights that look fine in a catalog but flicker or die halfway through an event. What you need is a balance between flexibility and simplicity, and that's where the Can 2 Plus starts to show its real value. The first thing I noticed when I opened the box was how the units feel solid yet light enough to carry around a venue without a dolly. They're German-made, which isn't just a marketing line. The enclosure truly feels like it could survive a drop from a decent height, and the IP65 rating held up when I accidentally sprayed them with a garden hose during the outdoor birthday party. That kind of durability matters because event lighting gear gets tossed around a lot, and you don't want a short circuit ruining the vibe. One of the most practical strengths is the MusikMode one-button light show. Press the button, and the lights sync to the beat of any music playing nearby, pulling colors from a library of preset mixes that are surprisingly well-balanced. On the birthday party, I set the Can 2 Plus to the Neon Burst preset, and within seconds the whole backyard turned into a club-like atmosphere without me having to tweak anything on a phone. For a DJ who wants to focus on the mix rather than fiddling with lighting menus, that is a genuine time saver. It also works in a club setting. I hooked a few units to the main sound system, and the automatic syncing kept the dance floor energetic even when the DJ was taking a short break. Speaking of apps, the Ape Labs app lets you group lights, adjust brightness, and dive into DMX control if you need granular programming. In the pop-up art installation, I grouped 6 cans into 2 zones, each with a different color palette, and the app's long-range wireless kept the connection stable even though the venue's Wi-Fi was spotty. The only downside here is that the app can feel a bit clunky the first time you launch it. The interface isn't as polished as some high-end lighting software, and you might need a couple of minutes to figure out how to create a custom scene. If you're comfortable with a little learning curve, the flexibility is worth it. If you just want a plug-and-play experience, you may end up using the one-button mode most of the time. Battery life is another frequent worry. The specs say 11+ hours on a full charge, and in practice I got about 10 hours of steady output during the birthday party before the lights dimmed a notch, still bright enough for a lively atmosphere. The recharge time is roughly 3 hours, so you can swap out a couple of units while the others keep running. That makes the pack practical for events that run longer than a typical party, like a wedding reception that goes from cocktail hour into dancing. However, if you're planning an all-night festival, you'll need to budget for additional chargers or spare batteries, which adds to the overall cost. Now let's talk money. A 12-unit pack of these smart LEDs sits in the higher price bracket for consumer lighting, but you're essentially paying for a suite of features that you'd otherwise have to buy separately: waterproof housing, a decent battery, a built-in sound reactive mode, and an ecosystem that can be expanded with more Ape Labs products. For a professional DJ or a small event production company, the per-unit cost starts to look reasonable when you consider you're getting a ReadyTow system that won't need a separate controller or external DMX console. For a casual homeowner who only throws a few parties a year, the investment might feel steep compared to a simple string of fairy lights or a basic par can. Who should buy the Can 2 Plus? If you're a DJ who travels between venues, a lighting designer who values quick setup, or an event organizer looking for a reliable, weatherproof solution that can be controlled from a phone, this pack checks a lot of boxes. The ability to group lights and run them off a single battery pack means less cable clutter and faster breakdown.